Hey Clashers, we have sneak peek number 3 for the Town Hall 16 December update, and today we're going to take a look at what this fox was in your forest over the last couple of weeks. And yes, a lot of you were already speculating correctly, we have a new pet. A new pet for Town Hall 16, it's only one, and it's only one level for the pet house, from level 8 to level 9. But this is only available, as I said, for Town Hall 16. The pet itself is crazy, it's one of the coolest pets, and one of the strongest pets, because it is going to be the Spirit Fox. What does it do? Well, it's turning your hero invisible for 4 seconds. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, it's going to be unlimited times, as long as your pet is alive. How does it work exactly? So, it's always 4 seconds, your hero and your pet are going to start invisible, then for 5 seconds, the hero and the pet is going to be visible, then again, 4 seconds invisible, then again, 5 seconds visible, 4 seconds invisible, and keep going. It's really strong, but take a look at the stats. I mean, overall, it takes quite some time for it to upgrade, and the costs are, as always, a lot of Dark Elixir. We all know that, I mean, that's what all those pets are, but in my opinion, it might be the strongest or second strongest pet with Diggy together. But the question is, what is it good to combine with? Well, first off, a quick reminder from my side, if you're buying any offers in the shop to maybe speed up the progress for your Spirit Fox, who knows, make sure that you're using a content creator code and support your favorite content creator out there. If you want to support this channel, make sure to use code iTzu. I really appreciate that, but now let's take a look at a couple of combinations. My favorite is going to be for sure the Royal Champion. Yes, I will show you where to put Diggy, but the Royal Champion with this fox, it's just incredible. On top of that, if you bring even 1 or 2 invisibility spells, the duration of how long your hero is invisible is just mind-blowing. I mean, you have 4 seconds of invisibility, then you have 5 seconds of being visible again. The duration of an invisibility spell is 4.5 seconds, which means pretty much you can turn your Royal Champion with 1 invisibility spell invisible for 13 seconds roundabout. So it's 4 seconds, then 5 seconds, okay, 4.5. Your hero is going to be visible for 0.5 seconds, but after that it's going to be again invisible for 4 seconds. That's crazy. The combination with the Queen is not as good because of the range. You can see the Fox has a smaller range than the Queen, which means with the Queen together, Fox is getting in danger really quick. So I wouldn't recommend that combination. It's just not really that fitting overall. Another problem is with the Warden. I mean, we have already talked about the range and the problem with the Queen. The Warden has even a bigger range, so this means it's an even worse combination. So for the Warden, I would not recommend this pet, but overall, there's another solid combination because, well, we have one more hero, and that is then the King, while the Warden is just not really to recommend it. The King is obviously a melee hero, so the pet will always stay behind. The question though is overall, is it really worth it? That's really the question which I feel like with the King, because there's just so many good combinations. Frosty, the Phoenix can be used, even the Yak, and as well now, the Spirit Fox. A lot of pets are working with the King, and I'm looking forward to see what combinations you are finding with this Fox. But as well, reminder, if your Fox is turning your hero invisible, healers behind, for example, or anything around it is not getting turned invisible, so the troops, or more the defenses, are going to retarget onto your troops, so you have to consider that when attacking. But still, what strategies are working best with this new pet together? As already said, Queen Charge Hybrid is going to be one of the big winners of this next update, especially because of this pet combination. I mean, overall, we have the minor level, we have a heal spell level, this is already a lot of strength. On top of that, Rage Towers are getting a nerf, which was always a big counter to the Hybrid, because you always had to be scared about your troops getting one-shot. The damage bonus is from 90 seconds down to 60 seconds, percent, sorry, down from 90% down to 60% from a Rage Tower, which means your troops are less likely to get one-shot. So overall, really nice buffs to Hybrid. What makes this even better in my opinion is, a lot of times, I don't know how you feel about it, but a lot of times in the middle of the attack, my Royal Champ always gets targeted by a defending Monolith, by a defending X-Bow, hero, whatever. It's super annoying, and I have to invest a freeze to kind of save my Royal Champion. Not anymore, because now we have the Invisibility Fox, the Spirit Fox. And we can still use Diggy. This is the key thing for a lot of strategies. If you want to use both of the strongest pets, you kind of have to use Diggy and the Spirit Fox. And this is one of the strategies where it works, because the Warden is working together with Diggy while the Royal Champion is protected by the Spirit Fox. But let's take a look at the attack itself. So far we were able to start things off with a nice queen charge, we're able to take down the Town Hall, Clan Castle, and are about to charge further behind that Town Hall. But at the same time we have now the hybrid starting at the flank, and well, there we go. We have the king on the outside, and that's another thing. The king can use so many different pets. The Frosty for hybrid is just the perfect combination because you don't really need the Phoenix egg. At the same time, the unicorn on the queen is not as good anymore with queen charges because you have the merged defenses and they're just so strong. With that, the Phoenix is really nice, especially with heavy ring bases, and your queen will always get some bonus value with that because she's going to go down eventually. At this point now you can see with the Royal Champion, that would be around about the time where my Royal Champion is getting targeted by that monolith. But right now, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because it's always getting turned invisible. On top of that, you always have this like safety invisibility spell, which you can possibly use on the back end if you still have it up, or a freeze to really make sure that it's going to be safe. Right now again, the defending king was my Royal Champ. Just had to retarget because the Royal Champ turned invisible. It's a huge game changer, and this pet, as I said, is in my opinion either the strongest or the second strongest pet in the game, which is already quite significant because we have Diggy, which was so far the king of all pets. But now, in my opinion, Diggy is kind of getting replaced and is getting pushed down to the second seed of pets. But is there another strategy which is really benefiting from this pet combination? Yes, there is. Obviously, there's many strategies out there. Another strategy which works really well with this is the Super Boulder Smash. The regular one, without the recall. Because what you can do with this one is you can just use the unicorn with your warden. Yes, it's a bit slower than combined with like an owl or a lizard, but it's more safety for your warden and it's more healing on the warden, which overall is quite nice as well. But now you can use Diggy on your queen to have even more power with your push into the base, which is quite nice. On top of that, you have the Spirit Fox on your Royal Champ again, which means you can send in the Royal Champ way earlier than you were able to do before Town Hall 16. Because before Town Hall 16, one thing which happened a lot of times is defenses were switching target. Maybe a Super Boulder died in the core, maybe something went down in the core, and an Expo, a Monolith, or a defending hero is switching to your Royal Champion. You always had to invest spells so far to save your Royal Champ. And just think about those annoying skeleton traps. At this point now, your Royal Champ is turning invisible, and there is nothing the defenses can do about it. Royal Champ turning invisible, skeleton traps are going to run away to your smash, and that's where they can get obliterated by a Titan Aura or your Queen, for example. At this point, for us, the smash right now is looking really good. We can start with the Royal Champ already at this point, because, as I said, whenever something is targeting her, we can just turn her invisible. And yet again, it's always important if you have this combination to bring at least one invisibility spell with your army. Because as I said earlier, if you have 4 seconds of invisibility, then 5 seconds visible, and you can kind of skip this visible time because your invisibility spell is turning heroes and the pet invisible for 4.5 seconds, this is pretty much a duration of 13 seconds of invisibility. That is a ton. 13 seconds, that's quite a bit. And with that, you're saving Royal Champ just so easily. It is really crazy powerful. And with that, this base just got completely smashed. And a nice 3-star with those troops and with this army. Overall, I have to say, really fun design for the pet. Really strong design, you have to give it as well. Which I think is good. Because the new pets should be used, right? Like, otherwise it would be kind of underwhelming if the old pets are always stronger. So that's really nice, having a stronger pet on top of what we have already. And I would love to hear from you guys. What would be your best combination pet-wise? What would be the strategy in your opinion which is benefiting the most from this new pet? Let me know down below in the description. And as always, I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next class video. Get ready because sneak peeks are not done. And I will see you guys back tomorrow with the next one. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.